Well, hello and welcome to the Pap Laszlo Arena in Budapest and semi-finals day at the Women's European Handball Championships. Paul Bray here with you for this second semi-final between Norway and Sweden to decide who will play Spain in the final. Spain, who beat Montenegro 19-18 in the first of the semi-finals. So as the teams come out, let's go back first to some footage from their arrival on the bus. Ågren first off the bus, leading the Swedes out. Roberts coming with their own mobile disco, it appears. Always great spirits, always a smile. Same with the Norwegian team, and in fact Breivang, the captain, just glancing past the camera there. First out as they collect their equipment. Hungary-croatia and Herem, who was down with the flu, missed the last game, so they played short-handed. And so they will make their way to their changing rooms. Norwegians, no strangers. So for Sweden, came through the preliminary rounds with 2 wins and a draw against the Netherlands. They won their first 2 main round games against France and Slovakia, which ultimately proved enough to see them into the semi-final, despite losing their last game to Montenegro. It just meant that the Montenegrins finished top and were up against Spain in their semi-final, which was played earlier, and which of course Spain have won. So now the team from Norway have been outstanding in the tournament, reaching the semi-final with a match to spare. Their only defeat came in the final day in the main round versus Hungary in an academic match for them. It was assisted by a flu bug in the Norwegian camp as they played short-handed. Look, who's going to have a big say today, the line player. There's the captain, Breivang, hugely experienced. Over 300 internationals for her country. Phenomenal record. Well, for the Solberg, well, the Norwegians lost their first choice keeper, Katrina Lunde, who was pregnant and not available, and then Kari Grimsbø, the second choice keeper, was injured at the beginning of the preliminary rounds, and Solberg has been projected from third to first choice. Vigil Cohen was the last one we just saw coming into the picture. Another one of the very experienced players, 254 internationals, 906 goals. That was Herem. Enormous amount of experience. They are just shy of 80 internationals per player. Daniela Wiebe, last player out, bit of a defence specialist, plays a club handball in France. Just a small presentation to be made by the EHF, so we'll come back to the referees in just a moment. But this, of course, match is a repeat of the 2010 European Championship final, when Norway beat Sweden 34-21. It's an award recognising women in sport. Markusdottir of the EHF making the presentation to the female staff of the teams there, and Hella Thompson is up there. It's a joint coaching partnership for Sweden. She comes back, she seems happy enough with that. Sweden have Thomas Sivertsen and Hella Thompson in charge. We'll see them very shortly, while Norway, it's the old fox, Thorri Hergersson, actually Icelandic, the national anthem.
The national anthem of Norway in some seconds.
Norway first.
Sorry, and the referees of the game before from Croatia, warmly welcome for them.
Well, they have remembered them.
Mrvica.
Dalibor Jurinovic and Marko Mrvica from Croatia are now being formally introduced. A little slip as they introduce an extra presentation.
And also the
table officials being introduced. So Always a danger when you go off script. And now the anthems. Always look as if they're enjoying the occasion. Mind you, so do the Swedes. There's that feel about these two teams and also that confidence. And now Sweden. Over, the teams will wheel around. 11 matches played between these two nations in official competitions. Norway winning 9, Sweden 2. Let's have a look at the teams first, though, starting with Norway. Well, Heidi Luck is the player to look out for on the line. 29 goals so far. Goalkeeper Silja Solberg has been on top form in the tournament. In fact, is #1 ranked in the competition so far. And there is Øftedal. 15 goals so far, 52% success rate for the 23-year-old who plays a club handball in France for Ici Paris. Here is the lineup for Sweden. Well, Gulden has been one of the standout players in the tournament, but look out also for the left back Torstensen, right winger Hagman. They've been showing some flashes of brilliance. And there is the playmaker. Gulden, 42 goals in the competition so far, the second highest, with a 70% success rate and 19 assists for the 25-year-old who actually plays in Denmark for the Champions Viborg. There's the coach of the Norwegian team, Thorir Hergersson, as I mentioned earlier. He's actually Icelandic. And for Sweden, Thomas Sivertsson and Helle Thompson. It's a duo who coach the team. Going up to shake hands with Dalibor Jurinovic and Marko Mrvica, the two referees from Croatia. And there is Helle Thompson. He's actually Danish, coaching the Swedish team. Also coaches Midtjylland, one of the top teams in the Danish league. Ironically, she has one player in each team. Sabina Jakobsen, Swedish team captain, also plays for Midtjylland, but Ida Olstad, the left back for Norway, is up against her. So there goes Solberg, who, as I said earlier, has been projected from third to first choice goalkeeper for Norway and is in fact top of the rankings for goalkeepers in the competition. Well, interestingly, Sweden are going to opt for Johanna Bunsen, new to the team, just 3 internationals before the competition started. No, surely not. Well, no, she's gone back, and Idén is in goal. So here we go then. Sweden throw off in the all-blue strip, playing from left to right. Norway today in the all-white strip. So who will play Spain in the final? 60 minutes of handball will give us that answer. And Croatian referees clearly not going to tolerate any pushing, shoving, and anything else going on the line player. Lerma started in the first shot. Saved by Silja Solberg. And it is Bunsen who started in goal for Sweden. Both teams have good, strong defences, very mobile. Push up quickly, and both like to break out. So for Norway over at the right back position, Nora Mørk. Lynn Suland, the experienced right back who might have been a first choice for them, was injured the week before the tournament, and Mørk has stepped up to the task extremely well. But meanwhile, we have our first goal of the semi-final. Veronica Christiansen. Seven of the Swedish team remain from that lost the final to Norway in 2010. They'll be hoping to avenge that here today. First shot from Sweden, Torstensson sails it over the goal. Silja Solberg moves the ball out. Oh, good start. Heidi Luck. 2-0. Shot by Torstensson, but for a player of her talent, that's no problem. Norway's victory at the European Championships in 2010 was their 4th consecutive win in the European Championships. They were dispossessed, though, 2 years ago in Serbia by Montenegro. So we know we'll have a new champion this year. Norway have in fact won it 5 times prior to that run of 4. They'd also won it in 1998. Gulden being spoken to by the referee. She tries the shot. It's well saved. Solberg, 24-year-old who plays in Denmark for Team Tvis. Reacting really well. The worst affected by the flu bug that had Norway play their last main round match short-handed without any left wingers, with Herem and Sanna Solberg, the twin sister of the goalkeeper, in play at the moment. They couldn't play at all. Oh! Goes over! Bunsen got a hand to it. Frustration for the 23-year-old. 3-0. Through the goalkeeper's legs. Courtesy of Hanna Fugelström. That was the goal at the other end. Thought she'd managed to get enough on it, but sadly not. Christiansen was the scorer of the 3rd goal for Norway. Mørk comes back. In centre, Christiansen at left back, Öftedal. Attacking foul. Went straight into Helleberg. Nora Mørk apologises, but job done. She stopped the fast break. She's given possession away. Gulden stepping in to help, in fact. Managed to stand her ground. Yellow card for Mørk in the process. And another one pulled back as we hit the 5-minute mark. Udin. The two Solberg twins in the Norwegian team, not the only sisters there. Nigelhut Koren, number 18, She's also playing with her sister, who's not on court just now, Bettina Rigelhut, who's in the Norwegian team too, wearing number 2. So Hedda Thompson still pacing. She'll be the one that gives all the pep talks and as they go at the players, while Thomas Sivertsen is the calm one in the background. So Herem goes in on the line to try and flatten. Merck, nothing given. Lurker looks to the referee and says, surely. Torstensen still going. She'll get a free throw. Good defense by Norway. Both teams falling back very quickly. Torstensen for Sweden wins the free throw. Here's a club handball for Bucharest in Romania. Gulden, so far, she's been kept quiet. Number 20, she shifts into the left back position. Range shot comes to nothing for Uden. And the 5 players from the Swedish champion Sävehof. Free throw, foul on Stina Öftedal. Just the one defeat, as we mentioned earlier, against Hungary, and they played short-handed while the flu bug had gripped the team. They were fortunate, in fact, that the match was without consequence. You've got to play it down. Look, has taken a bit of a blow. Look, Merck passes the ball in. She's slightly lifted off her feet. I think they've taken a knock into the side of the knee by Sabina Jakobsen, the Swedish captain. Luckily for her, her knee's padded, but I still think she might feel that later when she cools down. So Lurker, well known here in Hungary since she plays for the champions Győri. Christiansen, quick switch, Merck! 4-2 the scoreline. So for the moment, the Swedes are struggling to find space in this very mobile Norwegian defence. Gulden. Well, move it round often enough, the gap will appear, and Odin finds it. Her second. For the time being, shooting efficiency really is a tale of 2 cities, with Norway on 80% success rate with their shooting, scoring 4 out of 5 attempts, while Sweden have got 3 goals off 8 attempts. Look with, well, there's nothing like complaining to the referee, putting a smile on to do it. Well, she gets the perfect answer. Look at her second, and they've lost possession almost immediately. The break is on. Oh, good save by Bunsen. Her first of the game. Olstad, we've expected her to get that. There was the last one. Lovely feed in, and Merck and Lurker are connecting almost every time. Odin. Whistle's already gone, it won't count. 27-year-old plays for Sävehof, comes back. Odin, who's the second top scorer in the Champions League this season. Number 28 at the bottom of the picture. 41 goals, 2 on the line, running out of options. Gulden trying to find the line player. She looks to the referee, but if you throw the ball in the feet, that's different to the player moving a foot in the way. And they've changed line player. Ågren has come in. See if that can make any difference. And again, a quick shot taken by Odin, but it's deflected out. by Öfterdal. Save by Solberg. So we come up to 10 minutes played. Norway leading 5-3. Both teams making a change between attack and defence. At the moment the captain Sabina Jakobsen defending only. Ogren attacking only for them, while Merck also goes off in defence normally. Penalty. Torstensson fouls Lurke. Once more, Merck the provider. So penalty will be taken by Merck. And she scores 6-3. Again, right way for the keeper, but too slow to get there. Team timeout for Sweden.
Vi har fått ett bra läge på rundgång när vi satte högernian. Vi har ett okej på position 4. Den har ni också plockat med. Vi provar någon. Kör nu en Basa höger, där Majsan vänder den. Har vi Linnea? Ja, in och fånga, släpp bollen ut igen. Prova det en gång först.
Og lige en ting på kontring. Når nu er Mørk, hun skal skifte, så Sabbe, løb op der, spring op der. Og tilbage her, Bella, kør mod højre. Læg den tilbage til Lenny derovre. Kom igen. Kom igen, Sverige!
En liten ting. Forsvar, riktig bra. Litt mer kamp med linja på rundgangen. Dere er litt for snart til å gi dere. Hold noe lenger oppe. Når linja ligger hos mellom Vicky og Stine her borte, så er det viktig at vi flytter, og at Vicky tar linja der, og Stine kan løfte opp litt i duellen. I kontran skal kantene Vicky, nei, Linka.
Coming up to 11 minutes.
Kjør alt du har her opp når du er klarert retur. Opp i sumpa.
Sweden have put in Anna Maria Johansson at right back. It's a good save again by Solberg. Interesting in the team timeout. Helle Thompson couldn't wait to break in there and almost seemed frustrated by the fact that Thomas Sivertsen was so calm about things. Interesting also that the Danish half of the coaching pair for Sweden does her instructions in Swedish, but then again 7 of Sweden's team do play in the Danish league and therefore do understand Danish, and so Helle Thompson clearly more comfortable speaking to them in Danish. Merck. Quick pass into the wing, beautifully done. Öfterdal the provider, and Herem the scorer. And it's the second 3-goal run in the game for Norway. And they've given possession away. Oh, Herem just couldn't control it this time. Just wonder when she's been down with flu, although the fever's gone. Oh, took her off the ball, but luckily for her, Herem stepped inside the area. She tried to recover the ball. Change the keeper meanwhile. For Sweden, Filippa Idén has come in, who unusually plays in shorts. Came off a defender. Gulden will get the throw in from the corner. So Solberg, 5 saves from 8 shots. Torstensson clearly shying away from taking the shots. That's an attacking foul by Johansson. Herem at the bottom of the picture, they're ambling down into the wing. You do wonder when you've had flu, there's dehydration issues and everything else, and she most likely won't be 100%. We are told that the fever's gone, which is the main thing. Suggesting maybe 90% fit was the answer we got from the team. Crossover. Oh! They completely opened up the Swedish defence, and look, could have put the ball down. And the cup of coffee. She had so much time by her standards for that one. Straight under the legs of the keeper. Her third goal. So Sweden just need to rally a little here, and Jamina Roberts has come in at the left back position, number 8. Three of the Swedish players play for Team Tvis Holstebro in Denmark, as does the goalkeeper, Silja Solberg. The line player. Oh, that was a very poor shot. Shooting sideways on almost. It took all the power away. Mørk into the wing. And Norway are absolutely pulling the Swedish defence apart. Quick play. Every mistake they make, they're being hit. And they've now conceded 5 without reply. Herem's second. That brings to an end a 7-minute spell with no goals. As Johansson finally finds a way through this Norwegian defence. Unfortunately, they've conceded 5 goals without reply in that spell. We hit the halfway mark in the first half, with Norway leading comfortably 9-4. Saved by Idén, but the whistle's gone. It'll be a free throw. Norway, who've won the last 6 encounters between these teams, 3 in official competitions, 3 in friendlies. Go back to the European Championships in 2010. Roberts. She pulls one back. In 2010 at the European Championships, these teams met twice. In fact, Sweden being a team to take points off Norway in the group stages. But then they met in the final, and Norway made amends with a 25-20 win, as we see Roberts' goal again. Looking for the line. This time they've stolen it. Gulden looks up. There's no way forwards quickly, and they have to bring it up. Bit of space for Hagman through the keeper. Well, suddenly a good spell by Sweden with 3 goals without reply. There's the handoff, and Hagman scores against a club teammate. Team timeout for Norway.
Forlater vi konseptet. Vi får hete på grøtten på 2 siste. Mye med disiplin. Forsvaret, når vi setter det, så kjører vi. Og da kjører vi kontran og holder trykket, og så når vi begynner etablert, begynner på nytt. Vi skal fortsatt ha lange bevegelser gjennom kryssningsspillet. Polakker eller plassskifter og kryss. Det er det som er. Hei. Pernille kjører forsvar nå. Vicky sitter litt. Ita kjører begge veier.
Not quite finished yet, although one's going.
I anfald næste gang, der kører vi lige en finsk højre. Så start på finsk højre. Og hver gang I får chancen, så skyd lige op på den. Ikke ned i jorden, skyd op på den. Prøv at kontring, stadigvæk det samme. Hagman, bliv bred, når du springer op. Forsvarsmæssigt. Pas på Lykke, ikke til at spørge. På indvendig siden af bak, så kommer der 2 træer frem, og så springer hun afsted. I bliver nødt til på bakken, og jeg er længere ind. Og så kan kanterne hjælpe noget mere. Kom igen, Sjæren.
Bella, du byter fel med Johanna
Thompson.
efter försvaret.
Kom igen, Sjæren. Bliv gode. Kom igen, Sjæren.
Upping the tempo somewhat and the volume in that team timeout. But for now, at least, Sweden have had their best spell of the game yet, with 3 goals in 2 minutes. They're closing a bet on Luka as well, and it helps when Idén starts to make the saves. The second save by Swedish keepers, one by Bunsen from 8 attempts in her 12 minutes in goal. Hungary-croatia, under 18, production of 254 matches for her country before this championship, 906 goals. Deadly on the wing. Oh, going for the lob. That was a messy affair. Hagman with a shove. His possession back. That sails wide. So they've settled down a little bit, the Swedes. They've taken out Gulden, who's visibly struggling to get a rhythm here, and brought on instead Joanna Alm, 27-year-old, number 15. Plays for Esbjerg, leaders in the Danish championship. Solberg goes to retrieve the ball. There's the shot by Johansson. No save, came off the crossbar. Olstad. And they'll just stop briefly. They're going to change the ball. It's collected some dirt, I think, or clean it. Never like changing the ball because they get the amount of resin they like on the ball. And a quick discussion between Sivertsen and Thompson. It's all manageable. 3 goals, it's nothing. He was more problematic at 9-6. At 9-3, I beg your pardon. But the main thing is that the Swedes have got some kind of rhythm. Early on they were just struggling. The Norwegians were breaking down all their attacks, and in defence they were just porous at the back. Free throw, couldn't quite turn, look, and she's taken another battering. It's a tough life, I can tell you, being a line player. Comes from personal experience. Jamina Roberts brings her crashing down. Cartridge as well. Oh, big gap! Hungary-croatia. Brings up 10 for Norway. It's a 4.5 minute dead spell. Stays with Sweden, and look, still feeling the effects of that last clash with Roberts that earned her a yellow card. Here comes Roberts, attacking foul. All she had to do was release the ball quicker. Sand's gone in on the left wing, and Hungary-croatia being held back to her feet. 30-year-old. So Merck, not being used in defense, comes back in. Captain's on as well. Carolina Breivang celebrated the 300th international at this tournament, the number 8. Oh, no goal. I think she was over the line anyway, but she was being fouled just before she turned, and Lurk accepts that. Part and parcel of the game. Breivang. Dummies the low shot. Oh, brilliant play. But nothing given to Lurk as it comes back off the bar. Nice combination. And again an attacking foul. And the break is on. Oh, what a shame. Too many steps. It's Sanna Solberg who's come on the left wing. It's a twin sister who's playing in goal. So she gets her first opportunity at goal. She's been on for a few minutes. But the attacks are happening so fast now, it's more phase 2 than anything else. Into the gap. Merck tries to find a gap. It goes straight to Eden. Oh, poor pass by Roberts. Struggling to keep control. Does Hagman's playing out for the moment. Pernille Wibe is going in now in defence for Norway. played. Sam drops back in. Roberts. Tries to go through. Oh, that's good. Good save as well, but there'll be a free throw. Joanna Alm lets rip, but her arm clearly knocked. Roberts. The players who are driving in. Roberts needs to do more than just stand off and pass, but that was nicely done by Alm. And the spot really well, right in the top corner. This again. So 22.5 minutes. Legelhut Kurun comes, looks for the line. It's not free this time, they've covered it. Ooh, good save, Iden, touch on it, deflects it. It's come out quickly this time. Because the Norwegians are falling back so fast, they just don't get a chance. Good cover by Pernille Wibe. New player in the Norwegian, well, new is relative. She's played 21 internationals, but it's her first major competition with the team. Alm tries again with a low shot around the defender, but it's well blocked. Oh, well intercepted. It'll be a corner throw-in, but it saved what was otherwise going to be a goal-bound shot for Lurke. Oh! Hits the post onto the back of the keeper, and she knows all about it, but then hits the post a second time. So Gulden has come on again as Alm is struggling to find the gaps. Blocked unfairly. Odin gets the free throw. Fell down heavily after it hit her in the back. So 6 minutes remaining in the first half. 3 goals in it. Change back again. It's Alm once more. Torstensson sent to the ground. The referees play on for the time being. Torstensson. Penalty. Broke through. A little shove as she got past the last defender. It was a trip by Wibe. So first penalty of the game to be faced by Solberg, and straight off the bench Gulden gets her first. A little smile, probably relief that she's up and running. 2 goals in it. Then celebrates at the other end. So much pressure on Gulden. She's been such a standout player in the competition, but sometimes it can be a real bugbear, and it just puts extra pressure on you. And Norway really did push right up onto her and close her down. And it just makes the pressure even greater. Merck, oh! And Iden, another good save. Chance for Sand, and they're slowly closing the gap. Sand breaks in, 1 goal in it. 6-1 exchange by Sweden, and they're right back in the semi-final. Well, the main thing is not to panic and try and hit back too quickly, and they've done that slowly but surely. They're finding some solutions. That's a nice quick break. Flat-footed defense, and Öfterdal goes through, gets her first from 3 attempts. Then thought she was going to be subbed off. Meanwhile, Wibe has been sent off for 2 minutes. Gulden being used in defense. Öfterdal, a lovely quick switch and straight between the 2 defenders as she lost Gulden. So Gulden will stay on in attack. Power play for 2 minutes. too much bounce in the pass, and Hagman had the space, and Helle Thompson can't quite believe it. Solberg coughing away. Both goalkeepers, we understand, were struck by the bug a couple of days ago. They were fit enough to play in the game, although Silja Solberg didn't actually come on court. Emily Sando played the whole game. She's still got some remnants of that flu. Cut through, and they've got another one. Öftedal, and the fans are on their feet. Look at the reaction on the bench. Herem jumps out of her seat. So short-handed. Öftedal continues to cause problems. Oh, brilliant save, but it's a penalty. She tries to eyeball the referee, but that's not going to work. Udin broke through. Shove on the way. Both players putting her under pressure. Gulden scores. They stay in touch. There's 2 goals in it. They're going to so regret that 7-minute spell, Sweden, when they conceded those 5 goals without reply. Ironically, since then, the Swedes have been outscoring the Norwegians. Merck. Öftedal comes out again. Christiansen. Öftedal, save by Iden. Gulden. Oh yes! First open play goal for her, and her 3rd in the game. Well, they've now, since being 3-9 down, Sweden, outscored them 8-3 to get right back in the game. That goes in though. The bells are ringing. Løke. Then taking a knee in the thigh. She's had to go off. Joanna Alm is back on again. Then fighting for all she's worth to find those gaps, but held up by Sanna Solberg. Torstensson, good defence again. And in the end, they resort to a long-range effort, which Odin just can't get enough strength on. Oof! Christiansen crashes her shot on the crossbar. And there's half-time. Shot at one end, dismissively parried away, and the response at the other end, off the crossbar, almost on the buzzer. So at half-time here in Budapest, it's Norway 13, Sweden 11. They've made a bit of a comeback. Should be an interesting second half. We'll take a short break. Join us again in just a few moments. Welcome back to the Pap Laszlo Arena in Budapest. Half-time in the second semi-final here. We'll find out who will play Spain in the final on Sunday. And at the moment, it's Norway who leads Sweden 13-11. Sweden scoring off just 39% of their attacks. Their normal high shooting efficiency has taken a bit of a dive today. They're down on 46%. 11 goals coming from 24 attempts. Norway, 13 goals from 25 attempts so far in the first half. Could have been worse. At one point, Norway had moved ahead 9-3 after a 5-0 exchange, but Sweden actually after that outscored them and steadied themselves, and they're right back in this semi-final. Do remember that if you want information about the European Championships or read some of the stories from behind the scenes or see some of the videos, you can go on the webpage EHF EURO.com. You can also join the discussion or have your say on who your favourite player is or who you think will win the final. It's on Twitter. Hashtag EHF Euro 2014. So there is Odin. 2 goals in the first half. Good discussion with Fuglström. She's got one, the right winger. Well, Helle Thompson and Thomas Sivertsen had the players back out very quickly at half-time. Running around warming up since. The Norwegians staying out for quite a bit longer, although some of their players who weren't so involved in the first half were left out on court. The keeper Sando warmed up in goal. It's interesting that Sweden chose to start with Johanna Bunsen in her first major competition. But more to the point, with only 3 caps to her name before. But then again, both goalkeepers have been well below the 30% mark, and that's one area where the Swedes have struggled in some respects. Bunsen on 26% save rate, Idén 28. Swedes who had 2 wins against Croatia and Germany, and a draw against the Netherlands in the opening round. The Croatians, who of course failed to make it out of the preliminary stages sadly. So, meanwhile, back in Budapest, Norway get the second half underway. A 2-goal lead. Bidding here for their 6th European title, but not it. If he then has anything to do about it, she raced off and just stopped it short of going out. Torstensson will then, who needed a bit of a break. Johanna Alm came in for her in the middle, but she's got her mojo back. Changed on the line. Lynn Blom has come in, number 7. Long range shot, oh, well wide by Odin. Looking a bit expensive today. Goals only from 6 attempts for the Swedish right back. Merck, oh, nearly got away. And, it's a free throw. Dispossessed unfairly, say the referees. Oh, the defenders got a touch on that. It took the sting out. Oh, lovely one-handed take. Goalkeeper touched it, but Helleberg's shot goes in. Back to 1 goal, the deficit. Norway defended superbly early on and really rattled the Swedes. It took some time to get in their stride, but they've got there now. And they've had a couple of 3-0 exchanges on the Norwegians, shutting them out. Good moving from side to side, looking for the gap. Merck through the keeper. Still Sweden can't level the score. He then knew it as it was going. Frustration. They've lost possession very quickly on the next one. Hungary-croatia comes out to get the ball, drops back again. Sweden trying to break a run of 6 defeats against Norway, going right back to the Euro 2010 final. Oh, penalty. Odin looks to the referee. She won't agree. You never will. Öftedal shoved as she broke through to shoot. And Marko Mrvica was right there. Merk. And he then lifts the right leg, and instantly Merk slams it down next to the other leg. So 2 goals in the second half already. For Nora Merk, the right back, plays for Larvik. Torstensson, she just got enough space. The gap opened up. Back to a 2-goal deficit now for Sweden. Torstensson's first goal from 3 attempts. She did come into the competition though with a calf injury. Definitely didn't look 100% early on. Oh! One-on-one challenge won by the Norwegian. Merk is Christiansen rather, a real problem for the Swedes. It was her 3rd goal. Gulden straight into the keeper. She'll get a free throw. Gulden, the 2nd top scorer in the competition before the semi-final, with 42 goals. Torstensson and Holstad hung on to her. But eventually Torstensson finds the line. Gulden running in from the back, and Luck saw the danger but too late. She shoots from point-blank range. Gulden's 4th goal. Merk. Oh, was that her 4th step on landing? Merk. And a 2-minute suspension for the captain Sabina Jakobsen. Let's have a look and see. Well, in fairness to Jakobsen, Luck was barging back into her and then bounced off her. So maybe a harsh call against Jakobsen. That is an attacking foul though by Merk. Merk coming in, and Helleberg stands her ground and waits for the collision. So back into the line goes Blom, 22-year-old. Who's actually a teammate of the, or club teammate of the Norwegian goalkeeper. They're taking out their goalkeeper, meanwhile, Sweden. That's a penalty! Again, Gulden getting through and getting the old heave from Öftedal. Have a change of goalkeeper. Emily Sando will come in. She's made 2 penalty saves from 8 shots in the competition. 25-year-old who plays for Esbjerg. Faces Gulden. Gulden scores. Her 5th goal in the game. Sando tried to wait and react last, but in the end Gulden made her move 3 from 3, and the game is looking up after a quiet 20 minutes by Gulden standard in the semi-final. Oh, lots of space, needed a better pass to Herem. 7 minutes in. That's 7 goals into the wing, big space, Regelhood-Koren, oh, got his fingertips to it, he did, but couldn't keep it out. And Regelhood-Koren adds to her impressive tally of over 900 goals for Norway. Her second of the game. Short-handed Swedes just couldn't get the width on the defence. A few more seconds, we'll be back to full strength. They've taken the goalkeeper out, as you can see. Joanna Alm playing with the bib on for the time being. They are now back to full strength. So we go off. So Udin back. Oh! Nearly dragged the 2 defenders all the way with her. Weathered reasonably well, that 2-minute suspension. Oh, saved! Had to duck out of the way, nearly headed it back into her own goal, Idén. Her 6th save into the wing. Oh, well intercepted by Herem, but off the foot, unfortunately for her. Wrong sport, ball goes back to Sweden. As Blom ambles in on the line, the 22-year-old player. Made a debut at the European Championships 2 years ago, the Swedish number 7. And he finished 8th on that occasion, Sweden. Whoa, Torstensen's gone down. Clash of heads, I think, with Regelhood-Koren. Was it? Oh no, slap of the hand. Too many steps. To race back again. Norwegians bring it up quick. Zigzag pattern down the court. Good defending. Gulden recovered the situation. Flash will tell you that Sweden have suffered 8 turnovers, 3 from Norway. Oh, lovely! Regelhood-Koren. Again, her 3rd. Frustration for the Swedes is they're getting so close, they get back to 1 goal and they just can't level the score. So a quick switch, Gulden goes right. Udén comes into the centre. Ah, the gap just opened up, a quick switch back, and Torstensen brings it back again to 1 goal. Helped by Weber standing back. Torstensen with a 2nd. We're past the 10-minute mark now in the second half. Oh, into the wing. Oh, lovely. Brilliant play. Back pass into Herem. Alstad, the provider. That was sublime. Third goal for Herem. They slow down the attacks every time they get it, Sweden, because the line player, Blom, isn't playing in defense and they have to wait for her to return. Instead, Sabina Jakobsen coming on for that role. The Norwegians losing patience, pushing up a little bit. Maybe a chance to try and break through. Oh, Dan. 3 from 8 only in the game now. She's let drift. That was that beautiful pass. Alstad into the wing. Oh, the defense completely opened up. Gulden got herself out of position. Merck's 5th. 20 for Norway. Torstensen cuts back inside, too many steps again, say the referees. Good look up court this time, the Swedes have covered the wingers. Norway have played some superb handball in this competition, winning 5 of their 6 matches. The one they lost, as we said, take nothing away from the Hungarians, who played exceptionally well. Of course, Norwegians short-handed with flu. Oh, unlucky! Spin doesn't come off. But Norway's win against Spain at the beginning of the main round, 29-26, was probably the best game of the tournament so far. And an attacking foul and unforced errors now by Sweden. Twice they've taken too many steps. Now it's a barging foul as we see that spin. So unlucky for Herem. And meanwhile, Udin gives possession straight back. And they're being punished for these unforced errors. The Swedes, they've now suffered 10 turnovers. Norway very tidy, just 3. Merck is just playing exceptionally well, and when you think she would have been a second choice to Linn Suland, it makes you realise what strength in depth Norway have. As much as anything else, it's their quick transition play that makes all the difference. Team timeout, Sweden. Solberg goes off with 8 saves, 33% save rate. Trying to refocus then, more than anything else, it's about cutting out those unforced errors.
I kryssningsspillet så det avgjørende at sidebekkene, hvis vi kjører polakk, at den som kommer I midten går langt nok forbi borteste tre. Og så kommer vi dyrisk I fart rundt uten å bli fanget opp. Veldig viktig at I lange krysser, at vi kommer rundt på borteste tre.
The play resumes, and confirmation of those 10 turnovers that Sweden have suffered and which are really costing them dear here. So pressed into the attack now, Jenny Alm, number 29, in relation to Johanna Alm. Names written differently. Solberg's 9th save, and back come the Norwegians with the quick transitions. Free throw. Blom getting in the way, gives her a chance to make the swap in defence. It's Jenny Alm, we just saw briefly, the 25-year-old who is one of 5 from the Swedish champion, Severhoff. Trying to get round, and takes 2 to stop her. That is one of the more comfortable saves for Silja Solberg. This is a court that has happy memories for Heidi Löker, who plays for Giorgetto, because it was on this ground that they played the Champions League final last year, where of course Giorgetto beat Budućnost. Played a big part in that herself. Hoping that it can be 2 titles from 2 appearances here at the Pap Laszlo Arena for the Norwegian line player. So Öfterdal in the centre. 2 on the line. Try and push out in defence to stop the run. It's worked. They're sucking them in, but in the end, the space almost inevitably opens up, and it's scored by Bettina Regelhut, the younger sister of Lynn Kristin Regelhut-Koren. Lovely effort. They know how hard she can shoot. She scored a goal against Spain right on the half-time buzzer with a cannonball shot from about 14 meters out. So Gulden, we're halfway through the second half. Sand, through the legs of the keeper, but it comes back off the post. And no luck for the 21-year-old Swedish winger. And Norway seem very happy now to slow the pace down on the fast breaks with a 4-goal lead. Regelhut-Koren. Oh, he just opened up the inside posty then, but comes off the post. No one to help. And Jenny Alm has to put it back, looking for the line, and they've just handed it straight back. Gulden. Merck, Regelhut-Koren inside, and a 4-goal run. Her 4th goal. The Norwegian fans are on their feet. 5-goal lead. Six minutes since Sweden last scored. That gets them going again. Jenny Alm, but the Swedish fans not looking quite as upbeat as their Scandinavian counterparts. I'm afraid it's just the hand off Merck. That came off a defender. He then gets the last touch on it though, and it's a goalkeeper throw. No space there for Sand. Oh wait, opens up because the two players collide, but the shot comes off the corner of the post, and Sand just can't quite get that on target. Just a little wide. Good defense again. Gulden can't get past Regelhut. Tries again. Handed the ball off, but took a blow in the face, I think, on the way through. Weber who caught her. They're just shutting them down individually in defence. The Norwegians latch on quickly. And in the end, a long-range effort is comfortably parried away by Solberg. Alm. "12 minutes remaining. And I'm afraid that 4-0 run after Sweden got back to within 1 goal at 17-18 to only go back down again 17-22. May well have wrecked their hopes, and everything's going their way now. Long-range effort by Sanna Solberg. Nicely placed. Her first goal. Blum goes back in on the line. A lot of unforced errors and some long-range shooting that's not been quite on target, and that's a penalty. Clock has been stopped. The foul on Anna-Maria Johansson, and they just check on the keeper. There's the push from the back as well by Solberg, and Solberg takes a blow. She's staying on though. She faces top corner. Ben's sixth goal. 4 from the penalty line. Well, it's still doable for Sweden, but they need to completely change gears. The problem is Norway just finding so many solutions with their quick play. So fast from side to side that eventually the gaps are there, and when you've got someone like Luke who can take a catch even when he's thrown at 100 miles an hour. A lot of pressure, but that's what she thrives on. Now Gulden has pulled one back, but they're just still chasing shadows at the moment. Just stopped to play, just a bit of mopping required with almost exactly 10 minutes remaining in the game, and it looks at the moment at least as if Norway are going to maintain their run of 6 matches or 6 wins over Sweden as Sivertsen and Thompson have a quick discussion. It seems more, I think, Helle Thompson telling Thomas Sivertsen what she wants to tell the players. She's constantly pacing the bench. You can see at the bottom of the picture. Very, very active. Sivertsen, for his part, just sits quietly down on the bench and just watches the game. Tries to analyse it from there. There's completely different styles between the two coaches. Into the wing. Big gap. Herem. Is it Solberg? I beg your pardon. Her second. Two on the line. Even when you get 2 on the line there, immediately marked out. Team timeout for Sweden. It was the Solberg goal. It was a bad effort by Iden in goal to try and cover herself, but Solberg had the measure of it.
Jenny på vänsternia, Bella blir högernia, Johanna i mitten, 2 linjespelare. Kör vi bara på. Startar vi rätt tidigt i anfallet, vi ska ha målen snabbt.
Vi bliver nødt til at stå ordentligt i forsvar. Vi bliver nødt til at takle hårdt. Bella er ikke for offensiv, når vi tager 5-1. Og bare så springer vi på alt. Det er vores chance, det er en chance.
Vi skal spille ellers. At det en må ta 2. Viktig at vi pakker godt, sånn at vi får løftet opp på skyttet. Så ligger linjespillerne litt variert. Noen ganger mellom 2 og 3 på ene siden, og 2 og 3 motsatt, eller mellom 3 og mellom 1 og 2. Det må vi bare se. Vi vet ikke hva som kommer. Vi må være med i spillet. Tøft på de farligste skytterne, og så pakker vi linjene, og så har vi 1 mot 2 borte. Kom igjen! Andre kanten pakker.
Norway, when they won the London Olympic title in 2012, were simultaneously World Olympic and European champions. Since then, they've lost 2 of the titles. Montenegro took the European off them, and Brazil the world. They've taken out the goalkeeper, despite being at full strength. That's going to be inside. To try and pressure a 5-2, but that doesn't come off. There is Johanna Alm, who's covering for the keeper with that bib on, but another fine save by Solberg, her 12th of the game, a 39% save rate. That's why she is the top-ranked goalkeeper in this competition. Back last year at the World Championships, Norway finished 5th. If there was any thought that they had passed their prime, well, think again. They have been a huge force here at this tournament. That kind of play shows why. Ulstad. They hit one back. Hagman. That was the other goal. That was nicely worked. They put all the pressure on the right. And then Alstad just waited for the moment to drive into the huge gap that had been created. 7.5 minutes remaining. That's an attacking foul. She made contact with the defender. He then tries to get the ball out quickly. Gulden, Torstensson. Oh, up the post, so unlucky. And they had to work so hard to get the space, but Jakobsen overbounces it. Gulden managing to release it. I'd have thought she had a little bit of a shove by Riegel-Hutkoren. Seven minutes remaining in Norway. As if they are getting ready to head to their sixth consecutive Euro final. Alstad again. Free throw, Sweden keeps possession. That was nicely placed though. Six minutes remaining and another save by Solberg. Oh. She had to race back as they'd gone in attack. Johanna Alm got there. Saved one good one already earlier in the competition. Well, the celebrations have died down now amongst the Swedes. I think the writing seems to be on the wall. Gulden. An awkward bounce. And there was that long effort. And Gulden, I'm not sure, touched it. Jenny Alm didn't either. Bounced off the post. So Gulden, 8 goals. That's a commendable performance, but I'm afraid isn't going to be enough. That's off the post again. Got to throw caution to the wind now, but not bad passes. I'm afraid the concentration absolutely not there. 28-22, and surely they've done enough now. It's the 23-year-old who plays in France for Ici Paris, shoots off and leaves Eden with no chance. Goalkeeper's out again as they attack 5-2. Oh, intercepted again. Riegel-Hutkoren's got it, but it came off her foot. They were all rushing to get the ball off her for that long pass down the court, or shot. Did it come off her foot? Well, off the knee, yes. Saved. Well, even with the empty goal at the far end, Solberg doesn't need to rush it. They've got such a big lead now. But that's Solberg's 13th save. But when you think that 6 months ago Solberg was a third choice keeper in the Norwegian team, and may not even have gone to the European Championships until Katrina Lund announced that she was expecting a baby. And of course Grimsbo then injured her knee on the opening day of the competition. Of such stuff, legends are made. Too many steps, meanwhile, for Lurk, and she'll come back again for the free throw. And time has run out on the Swedes. 3.5 minutes left to play. It's all about pride now, and then focusing again on a bronze medal playoff against Montenegro. But looking at the stats again, it will be the 7th consecutive appearance by Norway in a final. We've had 4 consecutive European titles, Norway, with a silver medal either end of it. Alm salvages another one, but it's still a 5-goal lead for Norway. Ah, brilliant. Oh, off two sides of the post and stays out. Idén looks up. Look at that pass by Merck. It was class. Watching that. And, it's to the chest, Alstad seems to say, and she's looking a little bit breathless, but she's fine. A nice apology from the Swede as well with a shot. Who then shakes hands with her. So play resumes. Less than 2.5 minutes remaining. Alm in the middle. Torstensson, who's just not quite got into this game. Maybe 4 shots for the number 17. 2 of them coming off. Gulden, looking for the wing, and another unforced error. But to do that, then at least bounce it that close, but Öftedal happy to take the ball almost out of her hand. Sums up Sweden's day, really. 13th turnover. It started badly, they then really picked up, the Swedes, and they started to show some style, and you thought they could get seriously back into this game. But in the second half, Norway have got a hold of it, and even when the Swedes got back to within 1, they just wouldn't allow them to level it and make a game of it. Penalty. 1.5 minutes remaining. Ågren fouled on the line. Change of goalkeeper, Sando coming back in again for Norway, the Esbjerg goalkeeper. Gulden. Top corner. Just over the shoulder. It's nicely taken by Gulden. No smile, no celebration for the playmaker. Scored 9 of her team's 24 goals. And we're well inside the last minute. And the Norwegian fans are on their feet, already celebrating. Try a little bit of showboating, but Regelhut Koren puts the pass in, but the Kempe jump from inside the area. Torstensson, Gulden. Well, that's how you do it. The Swedes may have lost the match, but they string together a nice little goal to finish off. Cleverly done as she picks the ball and lobs it back over. Seconds ticking away. They get the final word as well. And there it is, the final buzzer goes off. And it'll be Norway against Spain in the final. 7th consecutive final for Norway. Deserved winners in the end. Sweden fought back, but unfortunately their performance too patchy. Too many mistakes. The 13 turnovers were a killer. And their shooting wasn't quite up to scratch on the day, and they'll have to pick themselves up and battle for the bronze medal with Montenegro on Sunday. There's that last goal. Nicely worked. It seems that the Norwegian winning mentality just goes on and on and on. Well, Merck almost can't take on board what they've just achieved. It's her first European Championship, the number 9, who stepped in for the injured Suland and has done an absolutely first-rate job. The Swedes, though, disconsolate. They had hoped to get revenge for that defeat in the Euro 2010 final, but it was not to be in the end. Oh, they're comforting Merck. Well, it will be her first title if they win on Sunday. Indeed, her first final with Sweden. Well, Gulden looks almost in tears as she steps up to collect her Player of the Match award. And the teammates are going to have to gather around her and pick her up. Trying to comfort her. It's hard because in the heat of the moment, the emotion, it's tough. Sweden have played some remarkable handball here, and they're normally full of binge. Well, Merck, that's going to bring the tears for sure. Not only is she in her first final with the Norwegian team, but she's now won the Player of the Match award in the semi-final for a class performance. 5 goals, 10 assists. Oh, you forgot half your prize. They have to chase after her. Well, all credit to them. Norway in a 7th consecutive final. What a record, what a team. Can Spain stop them? And Breivang, the captain, and she latches on to Öfterdal. So there we go. For Sweden, they've got to pick themselves up and do it all again on Sunday and try and turn the result around. Attacks 43, 49% on the finishing, but unfortunately Sweden's shooting only scoring off 45% of their shots compared to 54 for Norway, but 13 turnovers was really the story of the game, and a lot of shots that just went way beyond the bar. So Gulden, top scoring in the semi-final with 9, still ends up on the losing side. Lök was the best of the Norwegians with 6. Well, that's it then. We've got our final, Norway-Spain. We'll be back on Sunday at 15:30 CET for the bronze medal playoff and at 1800 CET for the final. We do hope you can join us then, but for now, hope you've enjoyed these matches today. And until the next time, from me, Paul Bray, and all the EHF TV team, good night.